HTML stands for HyperText Markup Language and is used to give structure to a website or application. HTML runs in a web browser, meaning that to render HTML, we use a web browser like Chrome or Firefox or any other browser to open an HTML file. To start creating an HTML file, we can create a new file with a .html extension. Once we have the file created, we can write the core structure of our HTML file, like so. Create a new file here. I'm going to call this index.html. And then we'll create our core structure, the elements that come with HTML files. HTML organizes content using constructs called elements. Elements are the basic building blocks of HTML and allow us to structure and describe how to display content. An HTML element consists of tags, usually an opening and a closing tag, but some elements only have one tag. A tag starts with the less than symbol and ends with the greater than symbol. Here are some of the tags that we just wrote in our code now. We have our HTML tag, which starts here. Here's our less than and greater than symbol. This is the opening HTML tag. It is closed down here with a matching tag, except for there is a slash between the less than and the name of the element. Everything in between the opening and the closing tag is part of or inside of this HTML element. We can see our head has a title inside of it, and then we have a body here. Anything we put in a body, which is where the most of the content for our HTML is going to go, is part of the body. And this pattern of creating elements with tags and other elements inside of these elements will continue throughout as we're learning HTML. Like I said, everything in between the opening and closing tag is part of the content of that element. And as we see here, we can have multiple elements nested inside of other elements. HTML comes with a bunch of elements that can be used for tasks such as displaying images, lists, tables, textual content, hyperlinks, and much more. Elements can also be further described by using attributes, which are defined inside the tags of an HTML element. For example, I could go ahead and add an attribute to my body like this. I could call it the class attribute, and I could set it equal to container. This is an attribute added to the body element that helps further define it. Attributes can define things such as height, width, style, identification, and many other things to more finely customize any given element. As we start to learn more about elements, we'll see some of the most common attributes used for each specific element.